Hello and welcome to my latest weekly video news from Madison's, well, my penultimate one for the year, racing forward to the end of 2022. And Rightmove have come out with their latest house price data. As expected, asking prices of properties going to the market is down this month, down about 2.1% on average, 2.7% in the southeast. And that's a sign of those highly motivated sellers looking to press on with their plans and attract the interest of serious buyers before the Christmas period. Year on year, if I look back at the beginning of January, for the 12 months to the end of January, at the beginning of the year, price growth was about 7.8% over the year. That's now sitting at about 5.6% nationally and about 4.4% in the southeast. It's always expected that when prices cool, those areas that have seen real high growth boom will cool a bit quicker, simply because of affordability being stretched out a little bit more. But overall, Rightmove are expecting, as I am, a more normal market next year. Buyer searches are up 11% on this time last year, which I was really surprised to see. So lots of buyers looking, lots of buyers sensing maybe it's the time to restart their search. We've been doing a review of all our database here at Madison's, phoning every single one of our buyers, and I would say about 50% just put their house moving plans on hold. 50% moved, some are still looking, but roughly, about half of those who aren't actively looking at the moment is because they have put their hold on search against those who have found. So it's not that all that demand has washed through, everyone's resettled now, no one's moving. That's not it at all. I do expect to see more activity next year, but a more normal market and prices either flattening or dropping by about 2%. Let's wait and see. Of course, one thing that's affecting the sales market at the moment is the cost of mortgages. And there's pressure on Jeremy Hunt actually to introduce a 35-year term, or make it, that's all, you can already get that, but make it mandatory for the banks to be able to swap people who are on a 25-year term to a 35-year term immediately without any sort of further need for underwriting. Only a temporary measure. He's not saying he wants that forever. It's simply because that would ease things next year and the cost of living crisis that we have with people facing difficulties with their energy bills and rising inflation, so food and goods and services. So just a little bit of a help to ease people through for next year. But then it will get better again, and expected then that rates will look to switch back to 25 years if that happens. Let's wait and see. Well, if you're thinking of moving before Christmas, many people do. They focus it on as a real deadline they want to achieve. And just a few tips from me. You've just got to label everything really, really well. Really understand that when you're moving in, you're going to get your hands on those Christmas things really quickly. So where is your tree? Where's your decorations? Where are your presents? Lots of thick clothes. You might be grappling with a new central heating system. So have clothes at the ready, and just be really super organised. Book early. You need to really book now. You might think it's really quiet over the pre-move Christmas period, and it is, but lots of people are on holiday. And of course, as we're seeing, tricky weather conditions which can affect things. So do think about that. Don't overload your cart. It makes it heavier, makes it harder to move. So if you do want to move, just a few of my tips there before Christmas. But my advice actually is always just wait until the new year. Say goodbye to your old home. Enjoy your last Christmas there, and then kick off in January with a new start in a new space. Well, finally, a bit sad really, they came out with the happiest places to live in the UK, up in #1 spot. This is a combination of studies actually I saw from both the ONS and Rightmove. And #1, St Ives, really doing well. Woodbridge, and lots of other places up north, Harrogate, those sort of areas. They're in the top 10. Tunbridge Wells was down in the bottom 10. Really sad to see. Colchester, the saddest place to live in the country. I've lived in Colchester. It's a wonderful place. Close to, there was Norwich was in there, my home county. Try not to take this too personally. Tunbridge Wells was actually 4th. And the reason for it was to do with when they asked people why, the concern over what's happening with our town centre. We've got the grot spot, we had the aborted theatre, you know, Weatherspoons is now in the beautiful Opera House. There's a kind of feeling of what's happening to the centre of our town and a need to really improve that. Lots of other great things about the town though, of course, which were mentioned, but just that one factor. So definitely needs to be sorted. I know it's on a lot of people's radar and agenda to get sorted, that centre part of the town. Well, there's lots going on this weekend as we gear towards Christmas. Groombridge Place have got a lovely Christmas event going on. You can watch a moonlight bird of prey display featuring owls. Sounds wonderful. There's obviously Bedgebury. You might be troubled to get tickets there now for their lights. Christmas markets going on. Just so much happening. So do check out the Tunbridge Wells What's On page for all the details. Have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.